let's talk fast sedans. RS7s, Panamera turbos, S63s, M5s, all of them are really cool cars that have a lot of luxury and a lot of speed, but they're rather unachievable. They cost 8 figures at least, making them really unattainable for a common man like you and me. Yes, you can go into the second-hand market and pick something up that is a little bit less leery and a little bit less luxurious, like a 530D M Sport, an E350 Mercedes, or many other large displacement luxury sedans. However, they are going to be rather expensive to maintain, and they're also going to be showing their age pretty soon. So, what leaves you and me, an Indian sensible man that just wants a little bit of luxury for its Indian commute? Speed is not going to be an issue since you're going to be stuck in traffic. So, what do you choose? Something like this. A Skoda Superb. However, if you're a child and your dad has just given you his keys to his old Superb, fret not, because just like some Infinitis are bigger than others, some Skodas are more tunable than others. And this Gen 3 Superb with a 1.8 TSI is super tunable. Plus, it's got an extra point which makes it extra fun. Want to know what I'm talking about? Let's take it for a spin. Now you might be wondering, bro, what is so special about a 1.8 TSI Superb? Well, the fact that the left side of my body has an actual job to do. It has a manual gearbox, a 6-speed manual, and you might be assuming that it is a gearbox swap, but it's not. It's a factory fitted 6-speed manual. And as you would assume, not many people chose to use a manual gearbox in such a nice luxury car. They always chose the DSG, which makes this car pretty rare. Don't quote me on this, but we can safely assume that there might be less than 100 of these manual Superbs, and this Gen 3 engine is very potent, and as you know, we have covered them in each and every state of tune in different setups in each state of tune. So it is a very potent block and it has a lot of potential. So if you think about it, this car has the potential to become the most intense and fun sleeper you can think of, because let's be honest, the Superb is a very subtle car. And if you are in the market for a sleeper car that could be fun, well, look no further than this Gen 3 Superb TSI, because it is for sale. It is on sale at TDH Classifieds, and this is a TDH verified car. So you can just pick it up, drive it off, and not worry about it having any problems, getting milked, or having any form of preventative maintenance to be done later on. This is genuinely a very clean car. It's done less than 30,000 kilometers and it is bone stock. So it hasn't been tinkered with, and yeah, it is a very nice place to be in. So if you're in the market for something rather special, then think of this. Check out TDH Classifieds, and yeah, you'll get all the details on the car. So if you're thinking of picking up something like this for yourself, do check out TDH Classifieds, thedrivershub.com/classifieds, or you can hit us up on Instagram and we'll be able to help you out. The Superb has always been a really long car. It is the longest sedan that is sold by Skoda in India. Now, considering the design, the Gen 1 and Gen 2 cars were rather bubbly and didn't have a lot of character when it came to the design. It always looked cartoonish from the side profile. It looked like a mid-size sedan that was pinched through the middle, making it look longer. However, the third and fourth generations have masked those proportions very well. The new C-pillar design is very nice, making the entire car flow over its length and making it look like a car that is proportioned well. Now, in terms of character lines, the first generations were rather bubbly and didn't have a lot of charisma from their design language, but the newer generation Superbs look really nice, taking in a lot of Audi-like muscular lines into their design language, like this muscular line over the bonnet that blends into the fender, and then another muscular character line that goes all the way towards the rear, blending into the boot tail, making it look really nice, enough to blend in but not stand out. And that is something really nice for us Indians, since that's what we usually like to do. The interior of the Superb is very well finished. The first thing that you notice is that every bit of material is rather nice, making it feel like a very well-built car. Now, when it comes to features, it is rather void in the back seat, with only a rear blind and an armrest for extra comfort. However, the dimensions of this place is what takes you by surprise. The space inside the back seat of the Superb is enormous. The thigh support is fantastic. The seats are really nice and wide, capable of holding pretty much any form of human. The leg space is crazy. In chauffeur mode, of course, it can fit an NBA star, but even when it's reclined and in its normal state, where a passenger is sitting in front, there is more than enough space to fit a 7-foot human being behind with no problems at all. However, you don't want to talk about the back seat. You're not going to be sitting in the back seat. You're watching the driver's hub. Let's get geeky. Let's talk about the engine. Remember when I said the right Superb with the right kind of mods can munch a 530 DM Sport in its stock form? Let me further elaborate. Yup, this Gen 3 1.8 TSI is the same block that we've been building with Project Octi, and that is currently pushing around 330 bhp. Now that is not the ceiling. We have reviewed a stage 3 Gen 3 1.8 TSI with an all-wheel drive setup in an Octavia that was pushing over 400 bhp, which is ridiculous coming from a 1.8 liter engine. Now, that being said, you could argue that the 2 liter TSI in the newer generation of Superb could be more tunable since more displacement, but you'd be wrong, since that engine specifically is a Gen 3B engine made for economy and mileage, so it runs on a pretty high compression from factory, making the tunability a bit more limited. Yes, you could reach 350 bhp in that block, but it's nowhere close to what this is capable with stock internals. But that being said, this in its stock form too, as a car, as a whole package, the Gen 3 Superb is a pretty good bit of kit. Let me explain it with a drive. Every generation of the Skoda Superb brought in a standard of quality that made you wonder, why would anyone pay that massive premium for a more premium brand? You get immense amounts of space on the inside, a very refined engine, very quiet cabin, lots of space, suspension that is cloud-like, and you just basically have all of the bells and whistles and amenities you would expect from a modern luxury sedan. But this is an MQB platform car, making this very retrofittable. So not only do you get to modify your engine to your pleasing and to your liking, you can also retrofit a lot of creature comforts inside the interior, making them even more modern or even more fancy. You want a digital cluster, possible. You want adaptive cruise control, ADAS, all of the bells and whistles that are available in the VAG group at the higher tier of vehicles. You can get them retrofitted into this car, and that is a huge plus point. And considering that you can pick this car up from TDH Classifieds for a mere 16 lakh rupees, if you've got a budget for a VRS, well, don't buy a VRS, just buy one of these, go stage 3, and you'd still be saving money. All in all, the Superb is a great luxury experience, and in terms of market placement, I think Skoda did a superb job. I mean, I had to give a Superb joke sometime or the other. A car for it all. It's luxurious, it's effortless on the long haul, it has a cloud-like ride, and it is very well versatile. It can blend in anywhere you take it. What more could you ask?
Oh, yeah, performance.
While in its stock form is as serene as you would expect a Superb to be, this rare gem is just a couple of mods away from being an absolute missile. That being said, pick your poison and let us know in the comments down below what setup would you make this car. And if you are in the market for such a rare gem, do hit us up at TDH Classifieds and get yourself the car of your dreams. That's all from my side. Thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Bhavneet. I'll see you guys in the next one.